The fearsome tiger type that first debuted in Medachange. It is TIG01 Grausam Tiger, with a kit of Destroy, Double Assassin, Biped Legs, and the leg ability of No Guard, which buffs success and power of equipped parts, but you cannot dodge or defend while in heat phase, as in running to the line. Now, even in Medachange, Grausam Tiger was honestly a true force to be reckoned with as a dedicated melee fighter on the field. But even on top of that, her Medachange was no joke either, as when changed, her kit changes to Charge Blade, Destroy, Counter Guard, Multi-Legs, and the leg ability of Straight, which even though it's considered a lesser ability, I'd say it's more of a balanced ability in this case in terms of how Grausam Tiger works. But to go into that ever so briefly, Destroy, of course, is a gambling-based move that will automatically destroy a targeted part in question if it correctly targets the part that the opponent is going to use, heat phase, has already used, cooldown phase, or if a shield is in play. If it meets any of these three above requirements, the part in question is destroyed instantly in one fell swoop. If it fails to meet any of these three requirements, then instead the part does minimal damage at best. Assassin is a high crit and guaranteed hit move. Guaranteed hit, guaranteed crit, so you're always going to land your strike, and a very powerful one at that with Assassin. But it does come with the caveat that if you fail to break a part on your target with your strike, you instead lose your arm. So this is more of a finisher move more than anything else, essentially. Parts with high HP, such as shields or anyone with guard boosted effect, I would actively encourage not using Assassin against, as that's usually a very easy way to lose a part without really even trying to do so. No Guard actually does kind of tie into her very high damaging output and very high power melee kit as well, as it does buff her damage even higher at the cost that she is basically an open target while she is in her heat phase. So as long as you can cover her while she's running to the line, she can fight very fiercely and very efficiently on her own, and as well as without allies. But if she fights solo, she is going to be kind of fighting on a more risky territory, essentially, if she gets clipped before she has a chance to land her strike. Medachange mode, as mentioned, she exchanges her kit basically overall and her legs and ability with Charge Blade, Destroy, Counter Guard, Multi, and the Straight ability. So as mentioned before, Straight is kind of more of a balancing effect to the ability of No Guard. So in the case where No Guard can't be used efficiently, you can switch her to Multi-Legs and use Straight, which is just a passive buff to success across the board. Charge Blade is a standard melee-based attack that draws extra power from your Metaforce gauge and then consumes some upon use. Destroy, I have mentioned before. And then Counter Guard is basically a reflection of any melee-based skills. So while on the line, Grausam Tiger will intercept 1 to 2 melee attacks and return the damage back to sender. Now, as a pure set, I honestly have to rate her across the board as a pretty solid 8 out of 10, even with the No Guard ability making her a very large risk on the field if she's fighting someone who's faster than her. If you can cover for that weakness, she can fight very dangerously, and she's a very nasty foe to potentially ignore or overlook on the field. And on top of that, she can exchange her very high damaging and very conditional kit in this case for a more balanced one between robot mode and Medachange mode very quickly and very easily in the cases where Assassin or Destroy can't be used efficiently, as long of course as she has that Metaphor sustain or a charge to build her for a while. But of course, Hunter or Sniper nature medals can overcome this relatively easily. In the case of Grausam Tiger, either the two listed can be a very perfect match. In terms of mixed parts score, I'd have to rate her just a hair lower at a 7 out of 10. Not to say that her parts are bad, but she does actually lose a little bit of her overall efficiency on the field when used as mixed parts. Now granted, Destroy and Assassin can be used just about anywhere, especially on female teams, where those are very rare skills to find. But it's the leg ability of No Guard does kind of make her rather limited and tricky to use if you are going to use her for mixed parts at all.